Alright, shit, how we doing, man? Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Donald coming to you for Pinku Style right here. We got our second guest in shop. It's Icky Tha Don out of Chicago. I'll let him talk a little bit more, introduce himself here in a second. Alright, so you guys know, like I said, this episode 6, we're getting things rolling here. We get more guests in here. As you see, I got the little table set up going on. And as I get more stuff in, more time away from the cars, I'll get more in here, do things a little bit better. So my bad for the glare in the back. I'm gonna get some curtains to close that up and get a little bit of spotlight. Also got a new camera coming and stuff like that. So again, we're just gonna go in and get into it. Just throw it right over to my man here, introduce himself, and then we'll get right into the chat and everything, man. So let's go ahead and
What's going on? This your boy Icky Tha Don, recording artist, Nastyflow Records, indie label out of Chicago, Illinois. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here, man.
Yeah. So that's it. So and that's it. So I mean, the difference between this, man, is like it's more like a real conversation. We was talking a bit off there and everything, man. Biggest thing I want to ask you is like, I'm from Baltimore, you from Chicago, and the thing I see a lot, man, is just the like from Chicago, you got we just talking about Twister, and you got Kanye, and you got the J. Cole's Chicago too, right? Yeah. So you got Chicago. I mean hey, not to get right into it, but I mean Chicago and Baltimore got the level of violence and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it seemed like. I don't know what it is about the Chicago artists, man, but it seemed like there's more. Not seemed like it's definitely more artists coming out of there, man. So what I mean, for you, how did you get into it and all that stuff, man?
Well, with me, man, I started and I believe my last. I'm taking it back. J. Cole is not from Chicago.
Oh, you're not?
No, he's from North Carolina.
Okay.
So I had to, I thought you said something else, but it's all good. When I first started, it was like 4th grade, man. That's when I first knew how to rap, but coming up, my brothers used to listen to like Tupac, all his tapes that came out. I remember Strictly for My Niggas that came out. Yeah. So just being around the house as a teen, what I'm saying?
Let's pull the mic down a little bit.
Being around the house as a teen or whatnot, what I'm saying? I used to hear Tupac, Master P. My brothers used to listen to all type of genres of hip hop that was popping at the time. This was like in the early 90s, you know what I'm saying? I'm an 80s baby, so I ain't gonna get into the age, but I'm pretty seasoned, man. And for me, when I really got into the music, like when I was small, I used to write poems and everything, but it was up until 4th grade when my teacher told me, hey, I need y'all to write a poem, come back to school and say it the next day. Most of the cats, they poems was like roses are red, violets are blue. Mine was a little different. I pieced together a nice little rap. I still remember it. It's in my head. That was my first rap ever. It was basically about getting good grades and stuff. And then I got a little fan base just off of 4th grade and just kept rapping till I was in 8th grade. And then next thing you know, I was in high school doing it. Nobody could really challenge me. I was battle rapping in high school, and that's how I got my name for myself.
That's one thing. The biggest thing, like, man, I heard some of your tracks and everything before. Then the way we met was that one deal on it.
Summer Jam. Yeah.
And that's the second time, man. I did live MPC and nobody recording nothing. So it's like, I didn't get that in. And then so a lot of guys don't know I do music. So they come here, they see some guys see the MP or they'll see the mic over there. They're like, man, what are you rapping? Like, nah, man, I just make the beat. I'm the beat maker. I'm not, and I was like beat maker, but I'm not a producer because the difference. The difference is these like I'm producing like. Who are you producing?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like, is a beat maker and there's producers, and then dudes like they'll like for example like dudes are calling like Jay Dilla was a beat maker for a long time, and then he started doing everybody. So I mean he's both. Like I mean he produces, he raps, and he does like his own just straight beats. For me, I just like composing it and everything. So I mean I just get the joy out of making it that style, but. You know what I'm saying? That's
got a passion.
Yeah, man. That's how. But it's crazy though. Like, I mean, you mentioned you were young. You had people older than you that was into it, and that's how it was for me. Because my uncle, he would go into he was DJing and stuff like. So he would do his sets, like in the I didn't know what he was doing at the time, but he was practicing for his set. So he had everything set up. Then like he would just unplug and then put everything in crates, and then he'd bounce. And so he was going to the club that night. So he did like V103 and stuff like that, and 92Q. So he was doing that stuff back in the day and everything. DJ Bowie and all those dudes on the East Coast. And I know a lot of those dudes moved out to Atlanta and stuff, man. So, but yeah, it's I mean that's crazy, man. Like from like being a young kid and everything, and then it grows into something else. So I mean, the reason I had you on, man, because I mean, to be honest, you know, with the people out there know me, man, I'm just about, you know, positive movements, man. And I thought, you know, since I added you, I seen a grind, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of dudes be like, where they from and where they, you know, where they come from is what they can do in life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we both, I'm prior military, you current military,
right,
and everything like that. So you just maximizing it, and I see you enjoying yourself here versus being on base like Massawa sucks, man. Ain't nothing going on here.
Oh,
you
man.
maximizing it, man.
Yeah, man. That's
So,
what a lot of cats don't realize, man. You get somewhere, man, you got to think outside the box. Don't stop just because, yo, I could be in the desert. It could be hell.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn some type of hustle about myself or just find the perks of being here versus just saying, oh, Massawa sucks. No, Massawa is a great place.
Yeah.
Very family oriented.
No traffic.
No traffic.
And I mean, you can go to Tokyo, but you can come back. You know
Exactly. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's a perk right there. And then just being here, the food is great, you know, and just, man, you have to just take advantage of your surroundings because I started clicking up. When I was doing it, you know, I was going to Club Bar Hills. Shout out to Club Bar Hills. And I was doing it at Dodgers. My first biggest thing out here was A-Witch show, man. I opened up for A-Witch. She's a Yin-Town artist from Okinawa. Just kind of like the Beyonce of Japan. And that was big, just to open up for her.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't get paid, you know what I'm saying? Just to open up for her was an honor. And that's something that you can instill, like when you do your bios. You know, now the labels kind of went away from EPKs. They're going away from electronic press kits. But when you do your bio, that's one of the perks you could put in there. I open up for, you know, gold selling artists, you know.
So speaking on that though, how's your with the, you know, we just talked about SoundCloud and all that stuff, and you know, you got SoundCloud, Bandclamp, SoundClick, all these different spots, man, for the new artists coming out. Because I mean, honestly, that's not my lane. So how is it for the? I mean, do you got to have a big following first for labels even looking at you? If you ain't got over 100,000 or whatever, 1 million followers, they probably like, nah, you ain't got it.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta be careful with that. Now I'm gonna be real, because I've been doing this for a while, you know, and now I'm starting to see some streaming money. So, but basically, like, yeah, if you got a following, you know, that's how the labels come at you. Sometimes nowadays you don't really need a label. If you just got a good team, you know what I'm saying, or you just true to what you do. You get your production, you know what I'm saying? You take your time, write your lyrics, make sure you get publishing, man. Get into your publishing, because that's going to be the way, you know, nobody won't be able to take your stuff and copyright your stuff.
Yeah, you just talking about that. That's what happened to me. So.
You know, some cats, they just jump out there and just constantly dropping songs on SoundCloud. Before you drop anything on any digital platform or on the internet, you should have that song already in the process of copyright. It's okay to drop it, but make sure you have it in the route of copywriting it. But SoundCloud, once you get up there, but now Instagram is a big platform too. So Instagram is kind of like SoundCloud too. So it's like what you do on one site, you want to make sure you do it on the other one. So if I just say I dropped a video on Facebook, you know, it's only so many people gonna see it, but Facebook's starting to. When you merged, they starting to trying to like kick people off because they feel like it's spam that you put in. So they got some type of way where it's a certain way where you could go around it, where you could post a video and people could see it. Because some people, you tag them in there and they be like, I didn't see your video. So I was like, man, what's going on with that? Facebook pushing people out. So it's a way around it, but just gotta be careful too, because you'll go to some artist page. I ain't this type of artist. I ain't gonna say that about myself. But some cats is actually out here buying followers.
That's not only music. That's a lot of stuff, man. So and the thing about it, what people don't realize, when you got like 30,000 followers, and then you got like 174 likes, that ain't adding up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's easy to see.
Exactly.
You can see who
but some people don't. They just think like,
oh wow, they hot.
This person's famous. But if you go look through the followers, every third or fifth follower is like some bot. You go on their page, you look, why this person is following you and got 0 followers, 0. It's just ghost followers.
It's easy from China or some shit.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
It's crazy.
And the thing about it, like they guys gotta know the dudes, the people that are working at these labels, A&Rs or whatever. They're young, mostly younger guys because they want to get that. They're closer to that age range of people where they want to come out and everything. So they know like the deal. So I mean, they'll see this dude and then they'll go on this fight, the same thing like you just said.
They can see through that. The labels can see through that.
So like, you know what I mean, definitely don't be out there faking, man. You be doing this stuff, man.
Don't do that.
And that's that's for anything. That's for just let it come, like in the car thing, music thing, whatever, man. My thing is just let it come naturally and don't just be you. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm here in the shop. I got this stuff and all this stuff like that, man. And I can stop right now and be satisfied, but that's not how I am. And like a lot of dudes be like, oh, you should do this and do that. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna do my thing, just like, you know what I mean, know you're doing yours on your own, and you got your own style. You know what I mean? You're not. And the thing is, I mean, what's your age, by the way? Yeah, no,
it's cool. We can go out there.
Yeah. I just always ask that, man, because it's like, you know, I'm 35.
I'm 36.
36. So I mean, we're in that same. We're in that same generation, and like you see like dudes that are like 20, you know, they're 21. Nothing against them, man, because they still growing and everything. But it's like the dudes ain't that grind, man. They ain't got it. It's like something about, and I know it ain't everybody's. I know some young guys who get after it, but a lot of these young dudes, man, they just seem like they just want everything instantly.
Instantly, yeah.
Man.
You gotta
they
work
don't wanna
for it,
grind
man.
for it.
Most definitely, stick with it. My advice to the youngest, because you know when I was coming up, you know, things change. Everything always gonna change. Sometimes you can do it the old school way. You could never like everything you learn on the old school side of the industry. You can keep that and instill that into the, you know, the new ways they doing stuff. I guess nowadays they call it riding the wave, whatever that means. But it's pretty much a hot artist get on. Somebody take the same beat of the original artist and just drop a mixtape or do something for promotional use. Sometimes that'll get you kind of clout. Everybody chasing the clout. Clout is a very powerful thing, and people out here dying for it. Because Chicago, with the clout, you got to be careful, man. You have a lot of rappers that be like in gangs or gang related, so they be want to diss this rapper or diss that rapper to get famous.
And it's real, man. It's real. So like, I mean, talking on that, you see the Tekashi 6ix9ine dude. I mean, everybody. I mean, I don't follow the dude, but you know, all the dudes I listen to on the podcast,
what's going on.
It's like, you know what I mean, doing all that stuff, man. And it's like you made, like, the dudes made it, and then it's still like, I mean, not. I mean, I know like when you come from certain places, because I came from those places, I've been around those people and everything. But then people feel like once you get on, and they feel obligated to bring everybody up when everybody ain't, like you said, you here doing positive stuff, and there's 100 dudes from where you from that ain't doing that same stuff, man. They had the same 24 hours on the clock, and that's why when I'm here, like, I don't feel like I feel no like, I don't feel bad about success. And a lot of people, like, they'll feel bad about that, man. Like, they want, you know, whatever. I mean, not bragging about it, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, I know. I mean, today I've been up since 2 a.m. And I'm doing my business stuff, doing stuff another day. And I know when I grind, I ain't got to put it on Facebook all the time. You know what I mean? I'm doing this. The results speak. You know what I mean? Where we sitting that speaks. This is all out of my pocket.
Shout out to you,
everything
man.
Here, man. So, you know
I mean, how is that? Like, being a black owner in you know, predominantly Asian country. How does it feel like to open your own business and do your thing, man? I mean, Pinku style. Shout out to Pinku style, man.
Shout out.
For real, man.
Yeah, man. It was
proud of you. I don't know if I never told you this, but
man,
I'm proud of you. Straight up.
No, so, I mean, before I answer that, man, like the first, for me, man, I met so many people with this military stuff, and then, you know, even when I was in Baltimore, I never stayed in Baltimore City, so I always went out to like White Marsh area, Glen Burnie, met all these other dudes who, you know, I came from the city. Wasn't poor, but I mean, we had the necessities, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? So I met these dudes who had access to everything, and it kind of changed my mindset. I'm like, you know, I can get that too. You know what I'm saying? If I work or whatever, I ain't got the daddy, mommy trust fund and everything. But again, like when we first met, man, like I said, kind of getting on the topic a little bit, man. When we first met, I instantly can see, man, or feel like, you know, a different vibe from people. And like some people, like you meet and like, you know, like their angle or whatever. And I can just tell you're 100% enthusiastic about what you're doing. And people, anybody like that, or whatever, if you're collecting stamps doing Pokemon, you're enthusiastic about something, man. And like that this right there is a different person.
Appreciate that, man.
Somebody who's just sitting in the house, man, playing 2K or whatever, Call of Duty. And
I can't do that, man. You know and I'm a gamer. Shout out to the gaming world and shout out to everybody that game. I salute y'all. Because I do game. I ain't going to say... I say I'm a hardcore gamer, but when I got the time. Because, you know, if I sit there, you know, the most I could play a video game straight is 2 hours. Because if I do anything more than 2 hours, I feel like I'm cutting off into my business. I feel like I'm cutting off into anything that's stopping me from getting some real money out of it.
My bad, though. Let me answer your question, though, man, because I kind of got off, man. But far as like being a black dude, you know what I mean? The color thing it is what it is. It's sadly in this time and age, it's kind of as much as people try not to identify you as, and it's no way around it. I mean, if you're a black dude you're in Osaka or whatever, like you go away from the base, man. You know, you just kind of you can see people looking. I know you've been around, so you just see you can feel the eyes on you. You turn around, and look at them, they just like they be like that. And you just because we eye to eye, face to face. American, Japanese are not really like that. So I mean, when they don't really, eye contact is like they don't really do that stuff too much. So I mean, being black in Japan, you stand out. So I mean, you ain't gotta do much at all, but this exists. But as far as the business side of it, like I said before, man, it really wasn't a thing about being black or whatever. Like in Japan, if you ain't Japanese, you ain't. Like I said before, you know, you see Bloodsport, like you ain't Tanaka. Like you know what I mean? You're not a Tanaka. You know, and that's how they look at it. So it's like the same. I mean, any dude, black, white, whatever. I mean, honestly, white guys, they kind of it's like it's a I don't know, it's a split sword because some dudes, I mean, they get right in, and then some guys they don't like. Some people don't like the white guys or European descent because you know they don't the first ones that came over here and brought the Christianity and all this other stuff. So I mean, it's it's a lot of grinding and everything. But the way being from where I'm from, if I was from Nebraska. I never lived in Nebraska, so I don't know if there's no hard dudes out there. But if I was from Nebraska or somewhere that was like, you know, nicer stuff, more slow pace, like I probably wouldn't have had this, man, because I had to bulldog into here, man. Like my wife is like, it's been 3 or 4 times when my wife was ready to bounce. I'm like, nah, let's talk. And with this dude over here, my landlord is actually right. This is all this spot right here is all the same company. Well, this used to be the paint shop. So you went there. He was like, you know, this and this. I'm like, look, man. As long as I pay you $1,200 a month, it don't matter what I do here and what my volume is. That's not your problem. Exactly. And I told her to tell him that. Then he like, okay, then signed it because she was ready to. If I would have just said okay, he would have been like, nah, I'm gonna get another client because he was ready off the top. He was ready to not, you know, to do any business with me. 3 years later, now he looks over here like kind of like a proud dad and like gives him the
blessing, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm putting money in his pocket.
Right.
He's paying his employees, and since I worked here, now he got like 3 more employees there. So I mean. I can see, like, you know what I mean, the grind I'm doing here is, you know, paying, you know, supporting my family where I want to be at, and also is like giving some other dude out there. But these dudes over there, man, like they look at me, and every day, man, like the whole crew over there, they just look like mean mug, like they're like this dude over here in my country, man.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
So it's
doing it right. That's a lot of that's the whole world. They don't want to see us get on, like Meek Mill say. They don't want to see us in the, you know, with the businesses. They don't want to see us, but we gotta do what we gotta do, man. Yeah. It's black empowerment. It's no race thing. It's not a Black Lives Matter thing.
Yeah, because my wife's Japanese. My wife's Japanese, by the way, and not to get too personal, man. I ain't, you know.
And my girl, she's Japanese as well. So
so it's I mean, it's whatever, man. Like again, I acknowledge what it is. I see it for what it is, but a lot of people about using that shit as a crutch, and that's definitely not my thing, man. And but at the same time, man, like I said, like you asked about, you know, like before we talking about, like I say, people coming in here and trying to like run the game, and I hate to assume it is, but I know for sure like dudes are coming here of different race, and then they would see like one guy walking there before, European descent, and he's like, is the manager here? And I was like, I'm the owner. Like, and I hit him like that, and he's like, "Oh, okay." Like, so you just automatically assume that I'm, because actually when he walked in, I was sweeping, because I can't. As you see, man, I ain't got no. Like me over here, I'm stripping the car, but you walk in, you ain't walking over shit.
Right.
It's clean. So I keep my military, man. That's some shit I learned from you clean up at the end of every day. So anyway, like the dude, I walked in and I was sweeping, and so the dude just assumed that I was like some lackey. I was like, nah, I'm not. I'm the manager. I'm the owner operator. You know what I mean? This is my shop. So people just like go assume. So I try my best not to throw that back on other people, man. Like, you know what I mean? So like, you know, when I first met you, it's like I met a bunch of guys. I guess I mentioned Greg. Greg was like one of the first different guys. Pretty speaks Japanese, rapping both and everything. And a lot of dudes, man, like you say, some of the other artists around here, I don't know them, but their vibe, man, it's like they ain't focused, man. They ain't focused, and it's like they just see getting on stage and doing all the other stuff, all the stuff behind like this right here. You know what I mean? They be like, nah, man, I'm sleep. And I didn't want to assume like, you know, now it's too early for you.
Nah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Any opportunity, man.
Yeah.
I don't care if it was 5 in the morning.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, I was like, man, maybe he's in the club or whatever. You know, I was like, man, he's different, man. So let me hit this dude up, and sure enough.
No, we're going to get into that club stuff later, man. You know, but just growing up, like, I always knew I wanted to rap, because when I was coming up, also in Chicago, when I got like in high school after killing like the talent shows and stuff, that little exposure, that little following I got, and just listen to Crucial Conflict, seeing groups like Do or Die, Twister, like when I go to other states and other countries and hear that and be like, man, Chicago getting played out here. I just most definitely wanted to stick. I always rep Chicago. From the west side, a section called L Town, where every street starts with the letter L. That's why I named my first mixtape L Town Crazy. Okay. Then we followed up with the L Town Crazy too. But just like you say, even coming out here on the music side, going back to just cats assuming stuff, it was like that for me too, man. With the music, you gotta be careful, man. Yeah. Like what I like about Japan versus the American hip hop scene, you know. We invented it, you know, New York, you know what I'm saying? So, it's no taking that from us. But I see out here they doing their thing. Hip-hop has no color on it, you know? Man, like, you could be white, black, Japanese, Asian, Chinese. I see Chinese people or the Korean guys out there trapping hard with the trap music. I heard Korean trap music. I'm like, man, this shit definitely a market for it because it's booming. But when I first came on the scene of Masawa, man, it was kind of slow, you know what I'm saying? Because I had to get out here and meet and greet. And a lot of people had me fooled because who they say they was, they not really who they say they was. You know what I'm saying? So just getting into the scene, you know what I'm saying? It's
easy out here, man, because it's like you get out here, you're away from this, where people know you. You kind of you can start over.
Yeah, a lot of hate.
You kind of start over. So I mean, you can kind of. I seen it where dudes try to like, man, I know you ain't like that. Like, you know what I mean? I can see through it, see through the act and everything. And like, you know what I mean?
Me too.
You can see people who ain't who they portraying to be, and they could do that with because Japanese don't know.
Yep.
They don't know. So I mean, then you can act like a thug or whatever you want to be. But then I mean, they'll also see something go down, and then another American, somebody will check you like, and then. All that goes away, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I ain't got nothing against like that the club, man. I've only been on there like 4 times. The reason I don't go down there, except for the two, I've been to Black Barbie like 3 times, and then the other 2 times is like when the first time I went down there with it was Big Tall Chris, it was Bobby and Big Will. And you missed it like Will and all those dudes, man. Like you missed the and Tan, you missed the real. Because everybody like left at that same time, man, and then like it kind of like a new group of guys came in here. But anyway, they had the club, and we did a performance there. And then the last time I was there was when we did the live joint, and that was like I didn't prepare. NPC had broke on me the day of, so I was fixing that. I was taking it apart, and then like it was cool for me because I got to see like when I was playing the joints or whatever. It's like I had the one dude in the back of the corner. Like, you know what I mean? Like nod his head, and then everybody else is like, fuck is this boom bap shit?
Nah, man. Here's a tough crowd.
Then I started playing like the Cuban shit, and then everybody started dancing, and I was like, I saved it for the last, because I was like, I was playing, but I'm playing live.
Right.
But I'm running an experiment at the same time, so I'm like, man, I really want to see what it is. And like, so if I came in there with like some simple ass trap stuff, everybody be going crazy. So it's like that right there. because I was like, I'm getting back to making tracks, and that right there showed me it was over like 50 people in there.
And so that already let me know it's like
what's hot and what's not. But
I gotta get that Cuban joint from you.
Yeah, I got it. Ain't nobody rap when, and that thing is like again ain't no that's easy. So we'll get on that, man. But yeah, man, it's like I'm gonna stay with my style. And that's the thing, man. I can easily the trap stuff, man. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, the tracks are dope. Like the music is dope.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the production now, man. Like you can get an iPro or whatever, and the production sound like the quality is like off the top. Before they got all of the master naps and all that stuff now. So like versus 15 years ago, it's like the stuff people are doing now with a laptop with some stolen hardware, or software. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing too, man. It's saturated. And that's with the SoundCloud stuff is like so much stuff. So even with the beats, like I would say right now, if I started making, I didn't start making beats till like early 2000. So if I would have started and then gotten into MPC, I was doing Fruity Loops back before FL changed, and then it was like 2000. I was in Iraq 2007. Now I was like, man, I always wanted an MPC, and I had the money. I bought one there, and then instantly, man, like it just, dude, my game. It just went crazy, man. Then I start sampling. This went from a sound that was like corny until like the samples is already there. So you just gotta find it. And then like the music, man, I play trumpet and stuff. So man, the music timing and all that stuff is a little bit different. I think when you play an instrument, they make it because you can count. The counting bars is a different thing. Like you can actually understand composition. So when I do some samples, like I got a lot of tracks in there, man, where I take orchestra music and I dissect the way it is and play it. I'm playing an orchestra like with my hands, man.
That's
so like
crazy.
You know what I mean, we'll definitely get on that, man. I'll show you some stuff offline, and I got a bunch of tracks and everything. I work with a dude who was a Grammy nominated dude and shit, and like his name Abel. I forgot his last name, man. But the dude I sampled this track. This dude hit me up. Like, I like what you're doing. Keep doing it. And I was like, it is. I looked at his things. This dude's like, his last reel worked with Madonna, worked with all these people and shit, man. And I'm like, dude, that's crazy. The technology puts it right there. Then, like, say on the flip side with the J. Cole's thing, it was unfortunate because the same way he got in contact, and it's like I hit the dudes up who they got the sample from in like 5 minutes. Yeah, blah blah blah. His real name is. He's been cleared by this company to sample this track. That was 5 minutes from me contacting the actual band. Like, this wasn't the fan. This was the actual band. And they was like, yeah, sorry, man. He was like, and his last thing was like, he was like, man, music is cruel, man. And this was from a dude who's in the industry. And I was like, yeah, man. So that right there, like, it let me know where I stood. And I, instead of being like, I did cry about it a little bit and posted up my track on YouTube. And they was like, so what? Dude was like, so he got it cleared, and you didn't. And that, you know what I'm saying? So,
game is a dirty game, man, out there for y'all who don't know, man.
Yeah.
Most definitely. That's why I just kind of move kind of different. But like I was telling you, going back to before I release anything on the internet, man, I even had a copyright paperwork in the process, going through his last steps or final stages, and I just release it, man. So I know. Get that little letter from Washington D.C. saying it's certified. That's a good thing. And then when you got under my own publishing, Nastyflow Records, man, it's under that too. You just like when you publish, make sure you just register all the songs, man. The only thing that's hard about the copyright is when you get into features, cause they break the paperwork down. Where like, okay, say me and you did a song together, okay, I could claim my part. But you have to claim your part. Okay. So it's just kind of like, even if you don't claim your part, it's like I still can't get because I'm waiting on you. You know what I'm saying?
That's one. That's
what's crazy. But I didn't know that until I just started doing features
that's like
artists.
The same thing, man. When that happened with the J. Cole deal, man. I hate to keep bringing it up, but I was like, man, I went on the copyright thing, and I'm like, this shit. Like I was reading I looked around like an hour, and I wasn't even done. It was like all this stuff and. This, and this, and you gotta do this before this, and the cheap way to do it is to mail it to yourself and open it and all this other stuff, and like it was too deep, man. I'm like, man, this is why I was like, because I'm at the time I was just it was right before I opened this shop up, so I was like gearing up to do that. I was like, man, look, I'm taking and that's not my grind. I mean, I like making music and everything,
Right.
but that's you gotta understand your grind, and that's one thing a lot of people don't know your thing or whatever. And if I mean to be realistic, I mean about it, how much time you're willing to put in and everything. So it's like, look, I mean he's got the lawyers, man. Ain't no way I can do a cease and desist. It's already done, and so it was real, man. It was like, man, this is real world right here with all that stuff, man. So, but then far you just bring up your Nastyflow Records, man. How did you like? How does that started, and how did you like the name and all that stuff come up with and all that?
Well, back in the days in Chicago, they used to call me Icky the Nasty.
Okay.
And the name Icky just was a household name. I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret for the whole world don't know. It's about that time now to let them know. But when I was a baby, I guess everything I ate, if I ate peanut butter and jelly, it was in my face, on my hands. When I pooped, poop used to run all the way up my back. So it was like, ugh, icky. This like, and it just kind of stuck. Yeah. Like some of my family members, sad to say, they don't even know my real name because Icky's just been that long. It's just like a household name. Yeah, so
it's kind of like I was Nick. Mine was Chubby.
Chubby.
Yeah. So it's like, so it's like when I was a kid. So like now, like I'm 35 years old. Like muscle and everything. You're like Chubby. Like
back at home.
Yeah. So that's crazy how that go around with the family and everything, man. So as far as the family, like have you had any family been over here since you've been here, or you been back to the? Because I seen the video on the YouTube. You shot that in Chicago.
Yeah, which one?
The one that's on when you first opened up your page.
Oh yeah, that was in Chicago, and that video actually, because I had to wait a whole year to release. It was done a long time ago, but the guy in the end, he got his noodles knocked out.
Oh yeah.
Well, I can't even really get into details, it's all good. But he was a victim of a violent crime, and it was real heavy. It was, if I really released it then, people would have been looking for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So just to alleviate all the, the drama and everyday drama in Chicago, even though I don't live there no more, people be waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? People don't see you.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'll link up the track and all this stuff in the detail. All this Instagram and all that stuff will be linked up there. And that's what I was talking about, man. It's like, again, you've been here, you've been around the world or whatever. How long you been in the service, man?
That's been about, I want to say, 8 years. 8 years.
So I mean, 8 years, man. Like my 6 years, I did 3 tours in Iraq. I've been shot at, hit by IEDs. I got my ribbon rack is bigger than most dudes with E9s, E8s. Because, you know what I'm saying, I just did the combat tour. So like 8 years, man, I know a lot of stuff goes down, man, from your boot camp to like your AIT to, everything happens fast. I mean, we up 5, 6 o'clock, 5, 4 o'clock in the morning. Like you're doing more stuff than the average. I mean, military people out there don't know, man. Military guys, before 12 p.m. or however you want to do your time, we done did like 1,000 tasks and you just waking up. So I mean, that's how it works, man. And it's a little bit different. Like when you come to military dudes, man, with the with the sympathy or trying to be like, dude, nah, man, it's just not gonna fly here. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna work. Even the most softest military dudes still got to deal with the commander's calls and all the other crap they got to deal with, man. So. But as far as the like I was saying about you saying about back in the States, what I'm getting at is we go around the world, meet different people. Like I mean, if I didn't join the military, I never met you. I mean, we probably met somewhere else. But I mean, everybody that I met, I mean, I probably would never meet them anywhere else because I mean, there's a different walk of life. So I mean, that's the thing I like about it is I met a lot of people.
I love it.
So as far as like you say, dudes going back home, when you leave and go and do all your stuff, 6 years later, there's still some dude that's doing the same stuff you was doing when you left 5 years before you left, man. So like I mean, far as your home and everything, how's the progression? Because I know I went back to Baltimore like last October. I had to go back to do some license stuff, and I ain't really seen much. I mean, I was gone 10 years, man, and it's still the same Baltimore, the same dudes in white tees. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Chicago is a great city. You know what I'm saying? Especially the food. Like a lot of people try to share the light with the violence and stuff, naming it Chirac and all that, but it's still great old Windy City to me. That's why I say Chi City. You know, my shit don't say University of Chirac. You know what I'm saying? But the violence is going on there, and it is real. But just going back to what I was saying, like Icky the Nasty was That was my nickname. You know, Icky was my nickname, so I just added the nasty with it because every time we used to get in these little freestyle battles, they was like, "Oh man, dude, nasty right there. He over here killing it." So I just added the nasty to my name, and my first song was called Nastyflow. It's Icky with that nasty flow. I lay it down, put it down for that city I love, Chicago, and it just kind of stuck. So when I joined the military, you know what I'm saying, I got to travel all outside the world. You know, I got a lot of opportunities that I wouldn't get just from sticking around in the hood, standing on the corner, you know, hanging with the knuckleheads. No, but I always, you know what I'm saying, I was never nothing against those guys, because everybody got to find out they walks of life, man. Sometimes people get out there in the game and they learn from it. They go to jail and they learn from that and they turn their whole life around. That was me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got guys, they just they don't learn from it. So, you know, and I don't feel sorry for them because everybody come from,
like you say, we come from the same spots, man. So speaking on that, man, one of I'm pretty sure if I show you this dude's stuff, you probably know him, man. My buddy Hardy, he's a military dude. He's extra from Chicago. He got a brother there. Puts out a lot of stuff. Got a podcast and does music and everything. Can't right on the top of my head, I can't remember his stage name.
With him
and but he yeah, man, he's from Chicago. Dude's like this dude from Chicago is Josh Hardy, and the music that the dude was the motif guy, so he had the motif and everything. So we linked up because one day I was I don't know how we linked up, man, but we got into talking about music. Then we talking about it. Then he chill, dude, like then you showed me his tracks, man. Let me listen to him, like, dude, this like you more than in it, man. Yeah, you more than in it because he produced his brother stuff, and then that's when because I was on the FL stuff and he was like, nah, it ain't hot. Straight up, and then he was like, then I was bored one day, and the way I got into the MPC is I downloaded this. I didn't know your VSTs just came out; they just started getting really hot. So like the stock FL stuff was not really good. Then that he was like, man, try out this VST. I was like, fuck is that? He was like the virtual instruments or whatever. I put that shit on there, man. Like that shit blew my mind. Like it was like ball game now. So then I made a track, and then I was like, cool. Then after that, I seen the MP. Then that same deployment with the dude Hardy. Like I was like, man, I'm gonna get on this, man. And instantly, man, it's like everything I was trying to do for all those years with FL. I'm a hardware guy, so like I mean, it's nothing against the software stuff, the click and all that stuff, but like physically touching the instrument because I got played. So like it was just, and I drum too. So like it was able to play it out like I did in the club, man. That was
a
live,
crazy
man.
experience.
That was all live, man. So like then I just go in there for an hour, man. Like and this I did Wiz hit me up. I did zero practice. Like I mean, I turned it on, make sure it worked, and I went to the club. Like that was just I was already. I mean, you gotta be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Somebody. I mean, I know you got verses or whatever, and somebody came in here and say drop something. You gotta be prepared. But if you're all like gunshot, whatever, you're not gonna get it. I told dudes like with this YouTube stuff. I mean, honestly, the reason I do it, maybe they're looking for like some black dude with a mohawk to play this role. You know what I mean? I never acted before or whatever, man. But it's just like acting to me is like just being you're confident. You know what I mean? And it's like. You know what I mean? You get that role or whatever. Again, it's something I maybe get into, but it's when I got the camera or whatever, man, I feel no pressure. And I was in front of the club. It's like I don't know any of these people. I just don't feel like I've been in. I play football at University of Maryland, man, so I got thousands of people around me and stuff like that. So I just crowd and all that stuff. I mean, I know you. I mean, you've been with the crowd, so I mean, you got to know. I mean, I already know, man, when it's time to go, it's time to go, man. And then, like, then the funny thing was after that, the 2 weeks after that, man, I see this dude in Baskin Robbins.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like.
I'm like, I'm like, I know him. Yeah. I'm visual, man. Yeah. I pay attention to detail. Yeah, so when I'm walking, I got that, like, Hawkeye.
Oh, yeah. I'm in the zone, too, man. But I was like, man, dude, then, I mean, the thing about it, man, you dress like you about to perform, like, in 5 minutes for that, man. So it's just a persona.
You're right, man.
Keeping everything up, man. And like just being ready, man. Like that's the biggest thing. I see a lot of guys not doing, and then like people want to blame people, man. It's like, I mean, there's obviously some things in the system where, I mean, people ain't got your best intentions in mind, and then like they trying to use you or get over. But I mean, for the most part, I mean that person ain't got nothing. That person ain't got nothing to control or do with you not waking up at early in the morning and getting things done and getting things started. And like, I mean, your label and all that stuff. Like we just talked about the banner. Like you recognize stuff like that, whereas other people, they don't. I mean, think about when people come here in my business. Like for example, the building, the last company painted it brown and beige, and that's like standard military colors. Right. But it's like, I got everything in mind I want to do, but in the process of things, what I got to do is a priority and everything again. So I mean, I started with no bank loan, so it's like, I mean, to get everything painted, I can do it myself, but that time I'm up there doing that, I'm not working on cars. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do is like, I'll pay somebody to paint it, which ain't gonna be cheap. The way I want to do it is not gonna be $300. It's gonna be like $3,000. So at this time, that $3,000 is not really expendable, so it just stays the color it is instead of painting it.
I like the color scheme too,
so
man. I paint that's like different with the black background.
This is the winter one. The real one is the one up on the wall over there. That's my summer joint.
It's nice,
then, like,
man.
This one right here was my pro racing suit. It's too small now, and then the one back there was like something I got in Iraq. It's like a pajama set and everything, but. You know what I mean? It's all different, man. But the thing about like everything I know in the music prep and everything is the hours you put in. I know that's a lot of people don't see that, and they just see the final product, or they see that the CD.
Can I get it for free?
Yeah,
nah, man. You know all the stuff
we'll get it. We'll definitely get into it. We'll get into a little bit of this in a second, man. So as far as the so I mean, what's your with the music and everything, man? What's your overall goal?
Man, one of the goals when I first came to myself, my overall goal is really just to leave the military and just have a what is it, like, just eat strictly off the music. Like where you're doing so well, you got this platform where you done created this platform for yourself where you could just eat off the music. Your stream's doing so well, you wake up and you just pretty much work for yourself. Because I never see myself working for somebody for the rest of my life until I just crawl over and die. That's what again. That's going back, man, to like the beginning when I said when we first met, and it's like that's the same, like stuff like that. I kind of don't say because when I say it to some people and they in their system, they like, I don't give a fuck. So like that's the same thing, man. It's like when I was on the flight line, man, and the dudes, they going to the furlough. I'm like, man, this. Like, I got ideas, man, and it's like, man, you can have ideas or you can put them in motion. Everybody talk about what they're going to do. Then when I told dudes about 2 months before I launched there, I finally let it out. And then he's like, no, I don't think so. And I was like, all right, cool. And then, like, they come by and, like, they see it. And then some dudes never, like, the dudes just straight up, it's people that been here, it's 3 years since I've been here, and they're in the car scene and they ain't been here once. You know what I mean? That's the type. That's the type of support you got right there. And then, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of dudes that have been here for like 20 years and they feel like because they're 49, 50, whatever, that they feel like they have to, like they deserve some shit. Same thing when you get here, man. Like you get here and you get in stage spot, and there's dudes that been here, that were here longer than you rapping, and they ain't doing it. And they sitting back in the club with the Moscow Mule with the straw, like salty and shit, man. Like, hey, man, like he grind and you don't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You work 12 hours or whatever, or 8 hours or 9 hours, and then you go home. Still get off. And go home and do stuff or whatever, and then they work those same 12, 15 hours or whatever, and they go home and, again, 2K16 or nothing against Call of Duty and the guys out there, but, I mean, they ain't getting you paid unless you're a paid gamer and stuff like that. So, it's just, that's why, again, going back to it, man, like any success you get, like you definitely earned it. You put the time in, and you know it. You know what you're writing. You know what you're doing. You know the studio time. You know how much you got to pay for studio time. How much you got to pay for mastering and mixing and all that stuff. It ain't free, man, and that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I get on, the biggest thing out there, I hate to say it, man, but some of my not worst situations or customers has been other people of color, man. It's like they just assume. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, nah, man, I'm not. They see all the cars and shit in the trucks. And they just assume that they just look at me like, man, this dude got money. Yep. I'm like, nah, dude. I'm like, yeah. I mean, the way I grind, yeah, I will have it. But right now, I'm paying the business because that first 5 years is, you know how it is, and man. People don't know that, man. That first 5 years, and some people 10 years, you putting in. I mean, I'm grinding to actually knock that number down because that's my goal, is to be well off within 5 years, and that's the way I work. That's why I grind. So a lot of people don't realize that first 5 years average, you're paying. So I get paid by a customer, I walk over there and get a dude the rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get paid by a customer, I put that money in the bank,
pay for the house. So like I ain't got, it's the surplus that people see ain't there, but a lot of stuff, I mean, you can barter and stuff like that, man. So people don't see the grind, man. And like I mean, what'd you say for like dudes who are young trying to get into the game? Like what would be like the first 3 things they need to focus on as far as any genre, just being a artist or whatever?
Man, the first thing I would say, just focus on writing, man. Is I know until you get signed or whatever, they have ghostwriters and everything, but like Drake, if you don't if you don't write your own lyrics, man, how can you get in the game? And then practice makes perfect. You have to keep going at it. You know what I'm saying? You do one song, don't say, "Oh, I did one song, I'm gonna put it on SoundCloud."
One song.
Oh man, keep going with that shit.
You gotta have with that, man. You do like, my bad to cut you off. You do that one song, and they just say that's hot.
Yeah.
And then somebody hit you up like, "Hey man, sing what you got." Like, oh, let me.
They scuffling. They scuffling trying to, you know what I'm saying? Cause this is why I tell artists all the time.
Yeah.
You always. That's why I made Blueface. Shout out to Blueface. He an artist out there that got on with this Tatiana. Everybody doing the Tatiana challenge. But before people started doing it, I was already writing my verse. Yeah. Because I knew this was gonna be a hot. You got something you want to do that? Yeah. Jump on that, man. Yeah. So. Yeah, but going back to what you said, just writing your own stuff, take care of the paperwork. A lot of people get lazy on the paperwork side. Paperwork. You know what I'm saying? That's like 90% of it.
You see my post that day about the taxes, man. Like,
I saw all that.
Yeah, that was 2 months out of 12. That was just getting started.
I'm so like, this is what I gotta go through when I own the restaurant.
Yeah, man. So I mean, you can get an accountant, and like I said, you can get an accountant and all that stuff. But the thing about it is, like, if that accountant screws up, and you pay them to screw up, like they pocketing your money or whatever, it's like they're paid, and then like they're gonna move on to the next business, and your business is done because you didn't do that. So I mean, so you said pretty much write paper, and then what else?
Just be creative, man. Don't copy, man. You got your artists that you be motivated by, but just kind of come. That's how you build your own style, finding your voice. And I say, after so long, don't just cut other people off and do it all yourself, because you got guys that want to do it themselves, and that's cool. Building your home studio and all that. I got a home studio,
I got one too.
But my thing is, you're not gonna meet somebody just recording out of your home. You get out, you kind of see what's around the area, have people, you support them to kind of see if they're gonna support you. It's just like with the clubs out here, for example. I was going, buying drinks, you know what I'm saying, and they support me. If I want to throw an event there, they all in for it. They know they gonna what type of crowd I'm gonna bring, or what type of how I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? It's just love, man. So they know I'm gonna spend some money. That's what it comes down to, man.
That's definitely cool, man. That's the biggest thing I see a lot of dudes not doing when they I see a lot of other podcasts out there and they talk about the same stuff, man. It's like that battle for attrition, man, or like people feel like that's not enough for everybody. You know what I'm saying? If everybody network, like I say, us doing this right now, it's just like that's a network forming. So I mean, like, you keep grinding, doing your thing, get on. People, like, for me, man, the way I work, man, is the people who I support and stuff like that. Is the people who knew me when I was unknown. You know what I mean? So it seems like when you get known, I mean, genuinely, you don't meet people, and you kind of see where it work and everything. But like of course, when you get on, everybody wants to be in your circle because they see you going up and they want to go up with you. So like that's why when dudes, like, when I open this shop up, man, and I keep going back to that and alluding to that, man, it's like, before I go open the shop, man, dudes want to hit me up, and then right after open the shop, they see it was legit. I got about 6 or 7 resumes. Dudes just send me like, hey man, this is my. And they actually good resumes. I'm like, no, I'm good, man. You know what I mean? I'm not. I was doing this same shit out of my house, post on Instagram, but you want to hit me up, and now I got a business. The thing is, they want to backdoor into Japan, and then they'll fuck off, but they don't work that way. Japan, if you ain't a spouse visa, work visa, or something, you ain't here.
Yeah, so you got to bring an asset to them.
So I mean, for me, I'm paying Gaijin tax, and they getting taxed for Gaijin, and then they getting taxed for business. So I'm lucrative to Japan. So I mean, that's why I'm about to apply for the permanent thing, and do the dual thing, man. So, but yeah, I mean, you're doing it right, man. I mean, you working with the local guys and everything, and then far as I know, Masawa. Have you done any gigs outside of Masawa? Or?
Oh yes, man. Shout out to Akita, man. Icky Tha Don, man. The radio station, FM 87.3 Honda B, man. It was crazy. They reached out to me. I guess the song, a controversial song.
Yeah. No, let's talk about that. That's what we're just gonna get into, man. Yeah, because I want to talk that up, man. So, all right, the song. Let's just go ahead and talk like what happened, man. The song track, and everything, and what the controversy is about.
When I first got here, just like real life experience, man. Rappers talk about females in their songs all the time. They name drop, but if I say Anna or Shaniqua, like it could be 1,000 Shaniquas. That don't necessarily mean I'm talking about this certain individual. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling my story in this form. So I dropped a song called Masawa Hoes, man. The title, when I was in the studio making it, one of the females that was at the studio at the time was like, "Can you please change the name? Just change it to Hoes." I'm like, "No, I'm living in Masawa." You know what I'm saying? And I ran into Hoes because shout out to the real women out here. Everybody ain't no hoe. If the shoe fit, wear it. You got real women and you got bitches. You know what I'm saying? And you got freaks. So if you fall somewhere in between, whatever,
For you guys who don't know, it's the ones when you go to the club and they got backpacks on because they plan on staying in your dorms and everything. So that's the you don't marry those type, man.
You don't marry those type, and a lot of guys come over here. That's why I put the song out. Like I was kind of, I've been to Okinawa. That was my first experience with Japan, and that was back in 2008.
I ain't been out there yet.
So I come here. And my mindset, like, even though you see a woman, she's pretty, even though she's bad because of what she's doing and her actions, you try to trick your mind to say, "Oh, she's not bad," because you want her.
Right.
So I have to warn guys like that. It's women out here posing like they real women, but they really not. They hoes. You know what I'm saying? So Masawa Hoes came about that, and when I first was doing it at Words for Wednesdays at Club Hills, people was praising it. I didn't really get no backlash from it. But the night we had the summer jam, and then it was another summer jam that happened a year prior. Like, the song was mixed and mastered and ready to go. I dropped it. Like, women in the crowd was just like, "Who he talking about?" Like, oh shit, it just went left. I was kind of shocked because
well, the thing about it, you got there's very little military chicks there. Then like the Japanese chicks is like, I find, man, they don't even understand half the shit they listening to. You just got a beat. So like, I mean, who were you getting? Was it from Americans or?
It was kind of not really Americans, but some Americans kind of got in it. Like he shouldn't be making stuff like this.
They're not from Masawa though.
It was just weird. It was just like, and then some Japanese girls they liked it because, and then some. It was just the local girls here, some of the local girls here, they had friends of the names that I dropped in the actual song. So when when the backlash came, like the owner's wife was like, "Turn it off," and it was just it was like a good thing but a bad thing.
Probably your friends.
Yeah, probably. And then the guys was loving it. Yeah, that's the whole thing about it. Like, nobody wasn't really complaining about this song until that night. You know what I'm saying? This shit been out for a whole year before I physically released it to the digital platforms. Yeah. And then my label decided to release it. They released it, and then it went all the way up to my job. I ain't gonna get into too much detail, but he asked, and had a police report about it.
Yeah, that's the only thing about this. See, like that's the double-edged sword with the military. Is great for meeting people, but then it's like, you still got that. It's like you got that. Like people, like they want to make sure that you're there. That they can not do whatever they want because they can't. But it's like shit you can't do in the state. You can't do in the real world. Like man. So like that's the biggest thing about the military stuff and everything, man. So yeah, it was like I said. I didn't know. I know you talked about it a little bit. The last time about the track, the last time we got the GoPro from you, but yeah, man, it's like
it was crazy, most definitely.
Yeah, people gonna, man. The one thing, man, people gonna complain about anything, man. Is you can have the cleanest stuff or the whatever. Somebody gonna complain, man. So that's the one thing, I mean, I would, I know you're gonna keep doing your thing, man, but don't let those people bang you down and everything, man.
It was just people. It was just weird because a lot of stuff was going on, like. What's crazy about it? They say controversy sells, man.
It's either way, negative or positive. the thing about it now, man, it's like the more like, you know, there's a bunch of stuff, man, out there I can name, man, recently where that chick goes, that Catch Me Outside chick.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like how that everybody was talking shit about her that first week memes, and then bam, now she's laughing with Millionaire.
Doing,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's like people don't realize, man. Like you share that shit, and then like they share dumb shit, and then like you out here making your thing and doing your thing, and then I'm doing my thing, and then people like, you know, one share, two share, or they don't. Their mindset, man, it's like just like you said, you didn't work for nobody. And I see it all the time. Dudes post up, "Hey man, I just got that job," and not to be. When people out there when they put, I don't like that shit, man. When you put like, I just got the new job here, I just got a new job there. Every time a motherfucker put up, I just started something and I'm doing this. I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Man. Because it's like you breaking away, and I mean the normal jobs need it. Not saying that we're above it, but if you got those skills and talents and you can give back, you know, I'm a producer and a producer in not in like a music, but there's consumers and producers. You know what I'm saying? We all consume, but I mean, being a producer, there's more consumers out there than producers of anything. Cars, music, whatever. I mean, just making something. Like I'm a creator, so I mean, when it comes down to like making game videos or whatever, making videos, making tutorials, I'm always putting stuff out there. So I know I put some shit out there that's been unique, man. And like, who can say that? You know what I mean, you got music out there that's your shit, that you made yourself, beats, lyrics, whatever. And then, you know, you got other people out there just, you know, and not niggas, DJs who just spinning other people's records.
Because you motivate me too with this podcast. Because, like you say, rap is cool, but you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit money in there, but until I get to where I want to be, like I'm doing all types of things. Even if I was a millionaire with rap right now, like I would use rap to open up other ventures. Things, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just a rapper. Like I can write. I will probably open up my own studio, legit studio, have a business, because everybody want to do it, especially the young cats. Everybody, it's money.
So that's a good thing, man. It's like, I mean, that's what people don't see, man. That grind, like dudes, like you got dudes like Mad Mike and whatever, like how he does his thing, and now he, you know, he started out grind, you know, whatever. Cause he was on Joe Rogan's podcast. And I didn't know a lot. I didn't know, like, inside of those 3 hours listening to him, man, you get to learn how he works, how he thinks, political stuff and everything, and that dude. So now, I mean, he got himself. He's good for life. He's set. Now he putting everybody else on, but he not giving anybody anything. It's like he's just making the stuff available for people to go out and get it themselves too. So it's bringing him up and bringing them up. So that's the thing, man. It's like giving shit out. I mean, and you know what I mean, if I get to a certain level, I want to go back to my high school and do some stuff there for the sport, you know, sporting stuff and whatever. Because they don't really get the money in there, but like, I mean, that I'm not giving anything to the students. I'm giving it to the actual school. Then I mean, they get the facilities. That's one less dude out there committing crimes. One less dude doing whatever. So, you know what I mean, a lot of people, when they get up there and then like they get above everybody and then they just forget where they come from. Me, where I come from is the reason I'm here. The reason I can work 16, 17, 18 hours a day and I ain't tired is that grind. Yeah, man. And that's, you know what I mean. I go to Yokohama and come back in one day, same day.
Yeah, I
leave at 3 a.m. Drop the cars off, shake some hands, give the dude some pecan pies, and then I hit back, and I'm back in here by 12. Like that most people are like, oh, I can't drive 5 hours. I was like, dude, that grind will keep you awake. And I mean, I'm only doing it one day out, you know, 1 or 2 days out of a month. But that grind, man, and being in Iraq and the military stuff, and you know, doing those dumbass, you know, fog walks or whatever, that motivates me to grind for me. Because the thing is, if your command tells you to work 20 hours, you're gonna work 20 hours.
Yes,
and and you're working for somebody else, but dudes won't work 20 hours for themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing I see. Which is why, again, I know. I mean, I ain't got to be. I know. Like this. I mean, the CDs, the stuff right here. Ain't nobody else. I mean, I don't see nobody else doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm glad you
said
that. I'm not.
I mean, it's real, man. It's real.
It's real,
man. So it's real. So I mean,
shoot the messenger. You heard him.
Real, man.
You heard the man himself, man.
It's real, man. It's real. It's really real, man.
Since I've been out here, I ain't trying to brag or nothing. I dropped 2 projects going into my 3rd project, and you know the DVD. I'm glad you brought this up because I ain't gonna name the DJ that told me this But it was a DVD out here that's real popping, you know. And I supported it as soon as I got it. I'm like, oh shit, this DVD's hot. It's got music from my hometown on it, artists from my hometown on it. How can I get on this? You know, later on, you know, after buying like 1 DVD, 2 to 3 DVDs, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I'm spending $20 on the DVD, and I hit the person up, try to say, yo, can I get it? Oh, no, sorry, we only do major artists. It's just kind of I can't hate. So, but it, at the same time, it's like a double-edged sword. Like, I'm out here popping, doing my thing myself. You don't recognize this, you know what I'm saying? But you putting people that don't come to your club, don't support you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know Migos, shout out to Migos. You know, I ain't no love. It's all love, but I don't see Migos coming in spending bottles. I don't see Migos coming in here every weekend. But that's the first thing they play. I know music is hot. And what kills me about the hip-hop scene down here, like, I ain't saying they don't play Japanese artists, but some of these Americanized clubs, they don't. Like, you'll hear, like, the whole night, top 20, or trap this, trap that, and then there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like, damn, you should, 1 minute, you should blend in one of the local guys. That's not going to hurt you. But shout out to all the DJs and clubs that do play me. I support y'all. Shout out to DJ Wisdom. Shout out to DJ Sato.
Wiz gonna be in here. Sato might get Sato in here and everything. But yeah, man, that's the thing, man. It's like that. And the funny thing, man, is just like all aspects of life, man. The music, cars, kayaking, whatever, man. It's like people, man. I don't know what it is about them supporting people they don't know versus people they shook hands with, and they looked in their eyes physically, and not behind the TV. And it's like, I mean, it's 2 ways you can take it. You can go home and sulk about it, play 2K, or you can just say take that as you put that. For me, I use it as fuel. So I mean, I'm here. Exactly. I'm here, and Masao is small. So I mean, shit gets back to you quickly. And like, I mean, I've been there 3 years, I ain't screwed no customer over. And then you still got guys over there, because I mean, my militant style, man. I'm like, this, my way, no flex. And they like, so, well, I gotta go to this. I'm like, dude, well, my hours is this is my time. You here or you're not. And some people, like, the only gripes I have is people like, oh, he's too like harsh. I'm like, you're in the fucking military.
Right.
What do you mean I'm too harsh? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, dude. So that's the thing about, man, not the military shit. I was going to go to the Marines before I went to the Air Force. I got a scholarship, University of Maryland, and all that stuff. And that was kind of a, you know.
How was that?
That was, on that story, man, that was a blessing, man. Because, I mean, I definitely could have been a Marine. Like, everybody talking about was Air Force that I didn't have. Like, I didn't play around. Air Force guys, cops are different. LRS guys a little bit different. Air Force, if you don't know, man, it's like, there's not like one theme. Like Marines is Marines. Like, I mean, even whatever the MOS is, they're Marines. You know what I mean? Navy got their thing. Army is generally like that. But Air Force, you got the medical dudes, you got the flight line guys. It's like cliques. Air Force is a bunch of cliques, man. So everybody, I mean, you go in the hospital, everybody's calling dudes by first name. You go on a flight line, everybody's cussing everybody out, and it's like normal. And like, you know what I mean? Then we deployed to Iraq a lot, so we like, dude, we just want to do the fucking mission and go home. And everybody's different. So like a lot of dudes coming here, man, like they, you know, if I get a dude from, I mean, not knocking finance, but they sit at the desk and do this all day. They don't go outside, so the dudes being here shivering and shit before I turn the heat on. I'm like, yeah, man, you won't make it if it's, you know, if it goes down. So yeah, man, it's the difference between like how people handle things, and like I think, you know what I mean, where we from, man, what we seen growing up. I mean, before, you know, I got to Iraq and I seen my, you know, first dead body or whatever, right?
Yeah, you probably seen that way before.
And I'm like, this shit, I've tripped over a fucking dead body, and we called it in, and we called it anonymous because they started acting like we don't know. We just found him, like, come pick him up. The dude's like, shoes gone, pockets is inside out. Somebody run through his pockets, and the dude was, I mean, that was, you know, blood coming out of his head and all this stuff, man. Dude was done, and but that was like, I mean, that was like maybe my third or fourth time, you know, seeing it. So when I got to Iraq, the dude again, Timmy from Nebraska, and he never seen that. That was a shock, and then all that shit he talked about warriors, this, and this. All that shit's go away. So when I got hit by IEDs, I got hit by mortars, it's like I just sit up, react, press 911 on my MTS, and then, like, you know what I mean, track everything, man. So he's like, dude, how can you be so calm when you're like, dude, I came
Shout
up
out
in
to
that.
your prior service.
I came up in that, man. So like the stuff you experienced, man. We talked about a little bit off camera. The different things that all that stuff, man, is when people like they see like the they see like the dark sides of all the situations. Like, I mean, you're like, dude, I'm from Baltimore, and then like 6 years ago or so when I was snowboarding, I'm like, dude, I'm at the top of Hokkaido Mountain, man. Like, this is like I'm just sitting there like, dude. Everybody was like, I went down and waited for all the people to come down snowboarding. And I got down first, and then I'm like, man, I'm from East Baltimore City, man, and now I'm sitting at the top of a mountain peak in Japan.
It's crazy,
people fly
man.
over here to go, and it's like, man, that stuff right there, like, it's just like, dude, it's definitely everything I did. I wouldn't change nothing, man. I mean, even the setbacks which I've had in life, I wouldn't change. People say I wouldn't change shit. You know what I mean? Because that makes you who you are. And without those setbacks, man, and stuff like that, I mean, you know what I mean? It's just how it is, man. So far as like speaking on that, man, like, I mean, when you get out and you're done with the military, are you gonna go back to Chicago, or are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
I'm
What's
trying
your
to kind of stay, if take it to the next level, my relationship out here.
Yeah.
Probably do out here, and I got my girl working on some licenses and stuff to try to open up my own restaurant.
So like here?
Yeah, what I want to do is kind of bring
100% encourage it, man. Before whatever you're gonna do, man, like 100%.
I want to bring Chicago to Tokyo.
Yeah,
because Chicago big for Chicago style hot dogs and deep dish pizza, and if I could just bring that here, it's kind of like a new thing for what I'm saying. I just feel like it could be successful, man, with Japan and the ramen and the Japanese food. If you bring Americas, when I go to Tokyo,
they eat,
this
man.
is crazy,
they eat,
man.
and that's the thing about. I mean, this is what I like doing right here, man. It's like I'm not, I mean, I know a lot of people through my travels and everything, so I'll definitely link you up with some people I know down there and do all the business. And when you do the business stuff, I mean, because I've already done it, I know exactly what you got to do to get everything.
That's
what's
up, man. I'm most definitely.
It's Japan, like. It was so easy. I'm like, man, something's wrong, man. But it was like, you go to the tax office, you do this paper, you submit it, you're in business. That easy. Like, all you got is you got your ID. I'll show you this plaque after I'm done. They give you a plaque. So in my thing, I got a folder with my tax ID, my contract. So it's 3 or 4 pieces of paper that puts you in business. So I just filed my taxes yesterday, put those in there. I did all my pre-accounting. They do all the accounting and everything. The biggest thing is taxes. So, man, like, I mean, I'll run you through all that stuff, man. But, like, yeah, man, that's the thing, man. Networking and coming up together, man. So, I mean, again, the thing is, man, it's a two-way street, and that's why, it's. I mean, yeah, man, it's people gonna be angry. There's some people they're like, I could be on their next. I'm like, man, but you ain't bringing nothing, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I know I can, like, people who helped me out in this grind, man. I had to swallow my pride because I didn't take any help from nobody. Like nobody. I did everything. I mean, I still do it myself. But people was like, hey, man, you need this. And I was like, nah. Then that 5th time, I was like, yeah, man, actually, I will take that personal loan because I didn't get any bank loans. So I took the things. And these dudes are good off money-wise. They don't need nothing. And they just want to see me be successful. So I seen how that, I'm like, man, and that's why I learned, yeah, I could do a lot by myself, and I still do. But you gotta have some kind of network, man. You can't do everything by yourself.
It's true.
So,
it comes to that. I'm glad you said that because now I'm starting to feel that with the what I'm saying.
Especially here, man.
Man, I gotta get in tune with the right people, man. But so far so good. Like I'm plugged with like I say, when we did the Masao song picked up so much buzz that the radio station invited me out.
Oh, yeah?
And then there was an opportunity to perform. So shout out to 87.3 Honda B, man, and everybody down there that got me plugged. That was the experience to perform with pyrotechnics.
Yeah,
we had to have a safety
you
brief.
perform out there?
Yeah, that was crazy. And
you got video?
Yeah,
and
it's on YouTube.
All right, yeah, so we'll link the links on there, man.
And turn around and just be in the newspaper the next day.
Yeah,
that was a blessing, man.
Man.
That let me know I was kind of doing my thing out here.
That's right there, man. That all that when stuff like that happen, man. For me, man, I tell guys when stuff like that happen, all those late nights and those uncertainties, man, all that stuff, like those magazines you see right there, man. Like I mean, a few of those joints, man. I was like building stuff the day before, or whatever. And that's not even all of them. And it's like once you get in there, man, and it's like all the grinding and making the car and doing all that stuff is worth it, man. And like the most people won't see that, man, because they quit right before they get to You know what I mean? Because there probably been many times you've been like, man, fuck this, or, you know what I mean, I don't want to waste time investing in this and it ain't going to happen or whatever.
That's why I got to be here, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, so it's, that's why I mean, like anybody like that, man, I know you're motivated, but definitely, man, that your motivation, and I see your stuff, and like that's what people like me on my timeline. I had I got like 5,000 people or associates or friends on Facebook, and people look at it like, oh man, he doing this. I look at it, that shit fuels me because I know other dudes out there grinding.
Right.
Instead of looking at dudes like, man, these motherfuckers got 2 cars now.
Yeah. Sit back and hate.
Yeah, man. Like, nah, dude.
Shit.
Go out there and get shit.
And most of the time, it's always. I ain't gonna say it's just always our kind, because when you get to certain levels, you start having
that's one thing about here. One thing about this podcast is I'm 100% real, and there's some black cats out here who ain't been into my shop. You know, I ain't gonna name whatever they got there. They're people or whatever, but you know what I mean, they support others before others, and then they talk that black righteous shit. So like, you know what I mean, maybe you'll catch that if you feel it's directed to you. Hit me up, come in and talk in person. We can hash it out. But you know what I mean, probably not gonna see you because it's just the type it is. So. You know what I mean? I don't like to do indirect stuff, but yeah, man, it's definitely. I mean, I'm being real, man. The black support is very minimum, and when they do come, they expect like because you got that same skin color that you're gonna
give
do that.
it to me for free.
Give it to me. Yeah,
you don't do that shit when you go to Gucci,
yeah,
Louis Vuitton, and all that shit. You pay that shit up front.
And that's even with this. That's the one thing I get is you know, like today, some people hit me up. Today is Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Monday through Friday is my operation hours when I service customers. If I'm here, even if I'm here and you walk to the door, I tell dudes it's not service. Then he be like, but you're here. I'm like, but I'm not in service. You know what I'm saying? When you go to McDonald's at 10:05, that shit's closed. You ain't getting no fucking hamburgers and shit. So it's like people like they just assume because I don't know if it's a black dude or it's just me here. They just assume that you got that like you can hit me up anytime. Like nah, man. Facebook, I don't unless I contact you there. Don't contact me for business. You know what I mean? For this business here. Other than that, Facebook is for promotion only, and I put everything out there. You want to hit me up, download at PinkuStar.com. So that's the biggest thing, man. Like I mean, in your aspect, like have you had any clubs or stuff like that where guys like wanted you to do all this shit for you know what I mean $10 or whatever or
all the time, man. Especially like in a local area, like it's cool to start and do free shows, but after so long, you know what I'm saying, even after free shows, so when I have in Japan, the way I move, if I got a show, you know what I'm saying, that's why I tell artists like all the time, y'all out here driving 2 and 3 and 4 hours, you know what I'm saying, to do a show to get paid nothing just for some clout. That's cool, but after so long, that shit gets costly. So invest in yourself. Get you some CDs, get you some DVDs. So if they not paying you, at least you can work out something with the owner and say, well, can I be able to sell my CDs? Because if people see you on the stage and you say, check me out on SoundCloud, everybody drunk. Some people ain't going to check
nobody going out there
But
right
if
now.
if a motherfucker just come up to the table and just bought like 1 or 2 of these, if they lose it, and they drunk, you got your money, so you know what I'm saying, that's what it count. And then it get out there, word get around, like, okay, he came like a real label. And that's my thing. I know at the Tanabata Festival, shout out to Elite Clothing, man, hip hop store. She gave me an opportunity to perform out there. She always call me like first hands, you know, sell my stuff. I love it. Every time I drop, I'm able to put it in her shop. So it's just another, you know what I'm saying, platform. So I'm thinking like, dang. You know, it kind of motivates me, and to back what you said, like, what if I open my own shop? I can put my own shit in. Or even if I open my restaurant, you have a little spot with the glass. And, like, when you order the food.
You can't see, but I got Wiz stuff back there. I sold about 6 of his.
That's tight,
I mean, like, that's the thing. Same thing, too, man. We'll talk about that. I mean, if you got the C's, man, I just, you know, I'll buy them up front, put them right there with money back and go whatever, man. So, it's, yeah, man, it's my thing, man, is I always support, man, the people who are coming up the same time as me or like on that same strike. The thing about it, man, like, you know what I mean, I got a local artist here. I mean, not local in the aspect of being Massawa and everything, but like people, I seen other guys, man, they trying to get, like this is my 6th episode. I'm like, dude, what good would I do be trying to hit up Kanye? Like, dude ain't even like Joe Rogan is struggling to get. Joe Rogan got 4 million followers.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Kanye like, whatever. You know what I mean? More people know me than 4 million. And I think he's going to do Joe Rogan's podcast or whatever. And like, you know, the thing about this, man, is that it personalized people. Like a lot of guys learning shit about me. They didn't know. They thought I was a fucking android, this robot. I'm like, nah. I'm in business. I'm in business, man. But I mean, like when we come here, we can chat a little bit and everything. But it's like, hey, man, drop your car. If we talk a little bit, you got to go. I got to work.
Right.
And it's like, you know what I mean? That time, man. Like, I mean, if I'm 15 minutes to me is almost $40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
try to mix split business.
Yeah,
with
and
pleasure,
that's
man.
like, you know, we can rap on another level, but right now I'm in a grind, and people, I'm the determination and the focus, man. Unless you get around other people who got that same drive, you don't understand, man. So like that's why like I mean I already, man, when I first started, I already had you in the mind. So I was like let me get him on there. I hit up Wiz and a few other guys, and like I mean other people who have a story to tell, man. Like I mean it's just everybody can't be on there, because I mean I was like, what we gonna talk about? You ain't grinding, you ain't got, there's nothing in common there. When we got the music, we got the military thing and whatever else. You know what I mean? It's just got to be like that, man. So, I mean, I kind of asked everybody this, man. So, I mean, about 10 years from now, what do you see yourself on, man? What do you want to be doing in 10 years from now?
I want to be, like I said, not working for somebody else. Yeah. So, next 10 years, I'm just using all my funds and everything that I'm saving up now and off the music to put back into the music. And then also, like, I want to have my own restaurant. So, I definitely want to get into the restaurant business. Like a cafe type of style, and name everything on the menu after the I don't want to put spins off on it, like the burgers, like Notorious B.I.G. I might call this burger the Notorious P.I.G. because it got so much bacon on it. You know what I'm saying? Or I might call this the Machiavelli. You know what I'm saying? Like just like have my the menu named after hip hop.
I can already see it. I can already see it, man. The vision. That's the visions is what separate people, man. Like when I first came in here, man, there was nothing in here. It was like there's this wooden walls and nothing in here. And I was like, man, I'm gonna do this and do that, and I make it how I make. I still I got some stuff to do, but I can see your shop being like, you know what I mean, like. You know, you got your TV, music playing in the background, food. So like they come in there not only for food, but they come in there for hip hop artists. Yeah. Like you got 2 for 1. Yeah. You got Japanese love food, and then you got the dudes on there, they love hip hop culture.
History on the wall.
So I'm like, you know what I mean, like that right there, man. I can do definitely, man. Like we definitely when you start laying your plan out, get with me, man, and like whatever. I mean, I'm not a pro in it, but I know what you got to do to legalize it. And again, I know people down there, man, and like I know the right people, man, that can say where the spots open up, where this is opened up, where the stores open up and stuff like that. So people open all the time, man. It's just that back end. I think it'll definitely be good because again, you got 2 for 1. You come in there, they ordering food, then you got the CDs right there, DVDs right there. So these buying hamburgers and DVDs at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely.
Man, you're gonna be dope, man.
Yeah.
I could vision it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to put the title Nastyflow on the food, you know what I'm saying? Nasty and food. Yeah. That don't go together. But they'll see, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man. I think it'll be dope, man. So definitely we'll talk about that offline a little bit. But man, that's just the biggest thing, you know, I wanted to talk about was just like, you know, what got you into the music, what brought you, I mean, like, well, the military brought you in Japan. So, like you said, you've been to Okinawa first.
Yeah.
So, in 8 years, where have you been stationed so far?
It's been like Italy. That's where the Don came from. Yeah. When I got to Italy, man, I dropped the Nasty from the name. It was like, well, Nastyflow Records was already in the process because Icky, Nastyflow Records. All good. Nastyflow to me is just like it's kind of my own definition. Nastyflow is like just the flow of wealth, health, and money, and just. You got a nasty flow, so abundance of it. So nasty flow. I know, like, you know, I say we, but like I know, like, a dude's like that dude's nasty. I know what it means. Yeah, we know what it means, but it's somebody who outside of it, they're like nasty. Like that's not good. Like it is nasty. Like that's sick or that's ill. Yeah, like no, the sick is not good, man. Yeah, it is. You know, that's like so you gotta break it down.
There's a difference, man. Like you know what I mean. Like
that don't know.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, man. So yeah, it's like that dude's. Anyway, it's just a lingo, but. Most the average you got, I mean, and that's like, I mean, you already got the foresight to know everybody don't know that. So when they see that or hear that, or whatever, they just gonna think this is not a good thing I'm about to get into or spend money on.
So
stuff like that.
Yeah, the Don is like, back to going with that. The Don is kind of like, I added the Don to it because in Italy, I made a nice little amount of friends in Italy. They put me on. They kind of showed me the whole, just not the, I'm not related to the mafia. But, Chicago is like also
Tony Soprano, man.
Yeah, a gangster town.
Yeah.
In Al Capone days, even to the Larry Hooves and Jeff Forts. You had all types of organizations. So the Don also, I'm not signed to a major label. I do everything myself from, recording to the finances to pressing up my own CDs to copyright my, so I'm like, I own this shit. I run this small indie label. Anything I put out, I'm the Don of it. I'm kind of, standing behind of you, your own boss. So anybody can be a Don, but not just anybody. You're your own boss. You work for yourself. And when I'm doing my music stuff and something, I work for myself. So, going back to you're a Don too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the thing about that, man, is you do your own thing, man. You work for yourself, and it's like your success is on your own. So it's like nobody else is there. It's nobody else's fault if you fail or when you succeed. It's all you. You know what I mean? And then like those people that you because again, I do 98% of the thing is my own operation, but that's that 2% of people that got. And I met over these 3 years that they got their own. They got money. They got their own thing. They got their own, but they see that my grinding, what I'm doing is helping them. So I'm helping. So I got about right now. I got about five other businesses that I work with. That it's like we all work together. We all help each other, man. So we all winning together. That's the thing, man.
And that's what a lot of people don't know, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, if some of the local artists in Masawa or the newcomers that's moving away, if they all move and got up with me and we all, imagine, $1,000 times 6, you know what I'm saying? You got all these guys doing it, but then
stop, man. To be honest, man, like other than you, I don't like how many artists is there here? Because I don't know. I mean,
about like
I know about besides you, I know about maybe 2. No, actually, no. Besides you, I know like guys who rap. I know about one other dude, and that and you know what I mean. Then out now Wiz is a DJ, but. And I don't really know anybody else, man. So I don't. The thing about it is, I know you.
Don't even count.
Yeah. So
I feel you, bro.
So it's like I don't see the thing about it, man. Is they should be. I mean, right now, to me, for artists here, like you, the guy, man. Because I mean, that's why I got you on. To be honest, that's why I got you on. And that's why I got you on, man. It's like I mean, I don't see nobody else making noise. I don't see nobody else posting stuff and throwing things, and that's again the movement. Is you wanna bring like people up with you at the same time, and what I mean. Then the thing about it, you're gonna share this. Then people in your scene get to know me. You know what I mean. So that's how it works, man. A lot of guys out there, man. You want to be in all aspects, of not only music, cars, and everything. A lot of people just me. It's like, dude, there's more people than you in the world, man. So what I mean. Everybody doing the same stuff. And you look back in the '80s. I like watching the documentaries back in the '80s hip hop. It's like everybody was like, I mean, you had the little beefs on Wax, Kool Moe D, and all those guys. But like, it's like Run DMC would be hanging out with this guy and this blah blah blah, and it's like they were just genuinely happy. Everybody's winning. Everybody's doing the same thing. That's how the South
is, man. Yeah. That's why I don't know why everybody in Chicago can't click like that.
Yeah.
South get on, you know what I'm saying? Everybody get on. Ludacris put 2 Chainz on back then. He was Titty Boy. Now he 2 Chainz. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, dang. Jeezy put his guys on. T.I. put his guys on. So it's nothing.
And even with that, they didn't just put them on like this. They didn't. They already seen that they had something.
Exactly.
Like it's like you can't. And that's the thing, man. Like a lot of people mix up like. A lot of people mix up like you just putting all your people on. It's like nah, man. You can see something. And those other investors I talked about, they seen me working, and they were willing to take money out of their pockets, away from their kids, and invest into my business that helped me buy, like for example, the car lift. You know what I mean? That was an invest. I paid the guy back like instantly, but I mean at that time the dude's ready to order. I didn't have the 4K, and I told her, I was talking to it, I was talking about it like genuinely, and the guy's like, man, I'll toss you the 4K. I was ready to say no. I was like, no, I actually need that shit. So I was like, all right, man, cool, and I'll get it right back to you. Paid him back that same weekend, with the 4K. And so it's like, what I mean, they seen that, and the same thing, man, is
because they know you out here like, you been around,
Yeah.
and you established, so they see, you know. And I'm the same way. I wouldn't mind, like, you can ask any other artist. Like, this one artist, he was grinding. I ain't gonna say his name, but I seen he didn't really, like, he ain't moving like me, but he trying.
Right.
He using everything he got, what little bit he got, and he trying to get in the game. And his boy wasn't even doing that. But his boy, like, when you get on, I'm just gonna be with you. No, it don't work like that, bro. Your boy grinding more hard than you, and he ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? What little bit he got, you got the same little bit, but motherfuckers want to sit around and play video games all day.
Yeah.
So when he did it, I put him on L Town Crazy too. Yeah. You know, he asked again, so it was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You gotta, you know, I gotta eat off these verses.
Yeah, like actually get into that, man, because I know like right now, guys, I still got the old camera. And I don't got the external power, so we're on battery power right now, so the time is a little bit limited. So I mean, we still gonna talk a little bit more, but they got the tracks. So this track right here, man.
This is my free gift to him, man.
L Town Crazy,
too,
so
man.
Definitely gonna be. So I'm the type of dude. I'll be going on the road, man. Like I say, Wiz out there. I was rocking Wiz, even though it's a mixed CD of other artist stuff. You know, I got the it's produced by somebody I know. You know what I mean? Not DJ Khaled. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. You know, that's the way I operate. I'm like, I'm not gonna. And people, I'm like, they'll put money in this dude. They never met this guy, and then they seen Wiz and shook his hand and gave the dude a half hug or whatever, but won't pay $5 for his mix.
I would.
You know what I'm saying?
You
I bought all of them. Yeah, man.
That's why I was like, yo.
Atlanta, out of Atlanta and everything. Wiz will be on here soon, man. Like I said, he's battling a little bit of sickness right now, whatever. So, you know what I mean? Masao is starting to warm. It's the best right now, man. It's the best time of year too. You're gonna see me with the shirt on soon, man, because it's warming up in Masawa. So the winter sucks, man. Every year in Masawa, man, it's that feeling when you make it through another winter, man. It's like,
the summer comes.
Yeah, because Masawa is in a summer. Winter sucks, but spring and summer, man, it's nice here, man. It's real nice
festival,
up here.
Because I'm from Hirosaki to Masawa, they got it.
My bad. We back. We had a technical difficulty with the battery power source. So anyway, we're about wrapping it up here, and just gonna talk about just a few other things. This definitely won't be the last time I have Icky on. I'm still running with the old camera and everything, so we got some new gear, got the mics, got the table here and everything. So again, 6 episodes in, already changing, a little bit different. So yeah, man. As far as the like your DVD, we was just talking about offline a little bit here. So we got the DVD here. This is L Town Crazy. Yeah. This is 2. What's the first one? The first one over there.
The first one's L Town Crazy 1.
So we got here
the best of Icky Tha Don DVD.
So for us the buying, like, can you sell these online, or you?
We could do them hand to hand right now online. You can go through either Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, or Jay-Z's platform, which I rather prefer you buy because he's like black owned. Title, he got title, man. So what I'll do, man, is I'll drop for all you guys down in the bottom. I'll drop all of his links and anything to all this stuff to get, so you can get your stuff there. I got I'll be throwing one of his tracks. So we just talked about the Masawa track. We would throw that on there at the end and everything. And you got some videos and stuff I'll put in there probably later. So as you guys know, the guys out there who do make music and produce music, I'm about I make my own music. I got all the music you see on my YouTube is it's mine that I made myself, or people I know, because you know what I mean. Again, I'm about promoting myself and promoting those who are around me versus throwing Kanye track on there and get hit for copyright. Like, why would I do that? That's not what's good, man. So that was like say, far as your military for Chicago and everything, man. Like we just talking about, like I said, you want to open up the spot here. As far as everything coming. Joining the military and everything, doing a military life and all that good stuff, man. As far as life activities, man. Like what's the biggest thing that drives you overall to keep doing what you're doing, man? What you would say? I would say, man, the people back at home, where I come from, knowing it's hard every time, but and what really also drives me, the reaction from the people, man. The good feedback, the positive feedback, even the negative. Like people that used to tell me, "Oh, you ain't gonna do nothing. You need to stop rapping at this age. You too old." No, if you're 50 years old, you just got out of jail talking about you want to start a record label. more power to you, but I wouldn't recommend it. Me, I've been in it, so you know what I'm saying, to keep it going. I'm already doing it, so why not take it to the next level? And you get feedback, man. Just positive feedback. Oh man, I seen this. I heard your video, and it kind of creates a wave because
definitely.
A person might find out about like your third project or fourth project, but then here they come. They start digging up. Oh, he made one. He made a part two. Oh, some artists, you know, they've been stopped rapping by now. Some people finished. Some people done. They put out one project and they just thought they was the shit, and they got too cocky.
You got caught. Yeah, man. It's definitely like you definitely want to. For a second, you know what I mean, you got some acolytes and everything, and like, yeah, cool, I'm doing it, it's working, it's getting out there. Again, like those magazines right there, I keep pointing out and everything and stuff like that, man. Think about it for me, man. I've been doing it before I've always been like in the spot, not in the spotlight or whatever, man, but always been. He got this magazine there, but yeah, man, always been like fortunate to be around a good group of guys and everything, and like winners, man. That's the biggest thing about doing everything. Is like you should. It shouldn't be like, I guess you see a boxing match or MMA or whatever, and the dude wins, and some people like win, and it's like, oh yeah, I expected to win. I expected to beat that guy's ass. Then you see guys who win who didn't really expect it, and they run around the ring, and I mean sometimes it's adrenaline, but I mean it's like you just act like, I mean, you all right, cool, you expect that was bad, man. I mean, people who just got into the game and just seen the new Broner, they don't know the old Broner and stuff, like, man, that's bad. So yeah, we definitely gonna be that's a whole different conversation, man. Right there, man, with that. But yeah, man, it's kind of crazy, man. Like I say, it's kind of cool. We're both from the same environments. And we came up and did the same thing, man, so it's all good, man. But again, I won't hold you up here too much longer. I know you got a lot of stuff to do. But again, it's got Icky Tha Don here. We got this guy live in effect in the studio. And this don't be the last time he's going to be on. Like I said, I'll probably have a repeat guest before he gets out of here. How much longer you got here in Japan? Well, I mean, you know.
Well, in Misawa, like, you know what I'm saying, I'll be pushing out of here no later than July.
Okay, so, so you'll definitely be back on before then, man. We'll chop it up once. I mean, just this one has mainly been about you know music, where you're from and stuff like that. And I mean, honestly, personally, just getting to know you myself too. Just by talking, and it's like, it's kind of cool, man. Like people watching us get to, we're conversating, and that's the cool thing about podcasts and all that stuff out there. Anybody out there that's looking to get into the podcast thing, just go ahead and do it. I mean, the only way to get to it is to do it, man. So
Facts.
The cool thing is, it don't take a lot. We just talking about it offline. I mean, I'm big into audio, and I got video, so I already had all the gear. I'm using old stuff, but my M-Audio capture card there, HD PVR for the video, and I got some old-ass Sony. That was from like 2005 or 7 or something like that. So I got 4K coming for the better visual, better wide focus. But it don't take, under $400, which is equivalent to like 2 pair of Jordans or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or about 35, number 5, some McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? About that much you can buy a mic. This one I got off Alibaba. I got that off YouTube, off Yahoo. And I think between the two, I got 2 mics like under 200. So I'm gonna get some better mics and stuff like that, man. So again, everything is still coming. Again, I just want to thank Icky right here for stopping in, taking time out of his day.
I appreciate you for having me.
Anything you want to any events coming up or any local events?
Right now, just look out for the artist spotlight and the XXL Magazine. Shout out to the Bouncer. Shout out to New York. Because I was watching XXL Vibe Magazine and the Source. I always thinking like, damn, maybe one day I might be in it. And now I'm actually in the March issue. So look out for the March issue coming out. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be real big.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, we got the Foreign Affairs single that I was pushing, 3 months ago. Get ready for the Foreign Affairs whole project. I'm working with Gaia K. He's a Japanese artist out of Saitama. I think I'm saying it right. Saitama. Yeah, that area, and he's big into the whole West Coast thing down there. So he's one of the features. Shout out to Doughboys Cash Out. Shout out to Smoke Campchino and King Samson, man. They're gonna be on a new album. But right now, we got like I say, the new Best of Icky Tha Don DVD. You want to go grab that, you can grab that. But look out for Foreign Affairs. That's going to be my upcoming latest project. Then after that, I'm going to start attacking the mixtape circuit. about to get ready to build a studio. So
cool. For anybody that's in Massawa watching this, and they want to, they'll see the webpage and everything. Get on his YouTube. I'll pick up some copies from him and I'll have them in the shop so you guys can pick them up here. Again, it's just networking, man. It's just the biggest thing I say for anybody out there is just work from within, not trying to work, like, build together, man. People who are already on and doing that thing, they already got their circle. They're not really worrying about you. So I mean, the biggest thing to be about and to understand is different. It's circles everywhere. That's how the world works. So I mean, don't try to jump in some circle with nobody that don't want you. When I asked him to be on, it was like before I even got the next sentence, he was like, "I'm on there. I'm ready to do it."
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So keep away from the people.
He could have been. It could have went the other way. Like he was like, "Nah, I'm busy" or whatever. We're all busy, but like he was, that's time out of his life right now. Been out here about 2 hours now, doing stuff, man. So definitely look like right, in your diameter radius area first before you're trying to go out and pick up all these other people, and don't force yourself on anybody, man. So that's just food for thought. And that's, again, it doesn't apply in cars. And again, this is a car channel, but you guys, and it's a podcast. I'm just not going to start a new channel for podcasts. And I got 5,000 subscribers. I'm going to keep building that. But, it's deeper than cars. It's life. And everybody that builds cars do the same thing and everything. So that's just where it's going to be at. So, again, I'm going to sign out again before that battery cuts off for me.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to get that new car in here. Got Icky Tha Don from Chicago, Chi-Town, Chirac, whatever you want to call it. And just definitely represent. Definitely look out for him. Again, check out all the links down there and everything. And thank you guys for taking time out and checking the podcast out. Again, episode number 6 is just going to get even better. And we'll see you guys later. So it's going to be Jackson, Pinku Style, Donald signing off for Pinku Style, Massawa Japan, Icky Tha Don signing out. See you guys later.
Peace.
Me sour hoes. They'll let you fuck if you take them back to the crib, Joe. Me sour hoes. They hit the club and they already know what they looking for. Me sour hoes. They'll let you fuck if you take them back to the crib, yo. Me sour hoes. They hit the club and they already know what they looking for. Now some girls from Massawa, hot you know he into water. They gon' do the damn thing when they do the dig proper. My first victim was a chick named Kai. She be Filipino, but she this fuck that pussy dry. But she made up for it on the head side. And she tryna get attached, baby, bye-bye. Got a chick from Tawada and I nicknamed her Momo. Super soaker pussy, got that water flow. But you gotta be careful, they'll try to run game. She had lame ass niggas buying watches and chains. Made a chick from Hachinoy, slim cutie named Hero. She don't know how to suck it, but she take it like a pro. If she posted by the main gate, most likely she a hoe. In the club every weekend, off the liquor they geeking. Bitches drunk up in the E-club in the dorms, they freaking. And that's the way it is in the Maury every weekend. Mad bitches sleeping around, the niggas wiping hoes. You'll find a good girl if you know what I know. Mad bitches sleeping around, the niggas wiping hoes. You'll find a good girl if you know what I know. Home fuck with married women, that's against my rules. You got a man, but in my inbox, bitch, you getting ran through. I be posted up in Dodgers bar, sipping too cool. Same hoes everywhere I go, I need that new. Me sour hoes. They'll let you fuck if you take them back to the crib, Joe. Me sour hoes. They hit the club and they already know what they looking for. Me sour hoes. They'll let you fuck if you take them back to the crib, yo. Me sour hoes. They hit the club and they already know what they looking for. Pussy cool to side, you too loud, ooh the side. Put your legs to the sky, move your panties to the side. Pussy cool to side, you too loud, ooh the side. Put your legs to the sky, move your panties to the side. Let me fuck you all night, baby girl, it's only right. Had a girl named Anna, ate the dick like a banana. Plus she squirt like a water gun. We had a lot of fun. She'll leave a puddle on your bed when she get done. I got a chick from Hirosaki, that's my Japanese boo. We be fucking toki-doki, she be keeping it true. I be sipping rose mo before I do what I do. All these hoes for everybody, him, me and you. Man, I be living club lavish, trying to run through the crew. Girls drunk, hot and horny, bout to dig in a few. Everybody out here fucking, man, this ain't nothing new. Shake that ass, pop it fast, girl, you know what to do. Me sour hoes. They'll let you fuck if you take them back to the crib, Joe. Me sour hoes. They hit the club and they already know what they looking for. Me sour hoes. They'll let you fuck if you take them back to the crib, yo. Me sour hoes. They hit the club and they already know what they looking for. Tokyo got the girls that like to party. Hirosaki got the girls that like to party. Sendai got the girls that like to party. Hachinoi got the girls that like to party. Masawashi got the girls that like to party. Roppongi got the girls that like to Chicago got the girls that